Hey everyone, welcome to Jux, All Things Sports Podcast. Just starting out fresh here. I'm JP, they call me Bach. I'm here with Nur up in the top right there. First name Ryan. And we got Train down below. Goes by Train. First name Cole.
Choo choo.
So all things sports, typically we're all over the board. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And right now it's football season. Kickoffs tonight. We're recording this Thursday night. So we follow the headlines. We'll go along some of the stuff happening in other leagues, other sports. But for the most part, right now it's going to be football. But we're all things sports. So come here for any news you might want to take. First on our agenda, we're going to go through conference standings. Train's gone through a lot of this. He's looked at the games one by one. He's given you the winners. So we'll kick it off to Train first to start. Let's go through the NFC North, Cole. What do you got?
I think the Packers are going to win the North,
Okay.
followed pretty closely by the Vikings. I think it's going to be maybe 11-6 from the Packers, 9-8 from the Vikings, and then we get to the Lions. I a little bias here, but
Okay.
I think we the over 6.5. I already bet it a while ago.
What, 7 and
Um,
10?
yeah, I hope so.
All right.
And then the Bears would be lucky if they get over 4 wins.
All right.
So, um, what do you guys think about that?
Nair?
I got Vikings rocking the world. I
Yeah?
think they go to the
That's
NFC
definitely doable.
Championship
Definitely
Okay.
doable.
All right. Right off the get go, NFC Championship prediction.
Why?
because the Vikings are that good. And fuck Aaron Rodgers.
All right. All
As a
right.
wise man once said before me, he should be in jail or prison, his choice.
What about.
However, Packers will be number two. And I think Justin Fields is better than most people give him credit for. And I don't think the Bears suck that much. So I think you go Vikings, Packers, Bears, Lions.
Wow,
Sorry,
Lions in
boys.
fourth. No, hey.
Yeah, I
Talking,
mean we were really close.
talking to a Jags fan here. So you're that high on Kirk, or is it
Yes,
Dalvin stays
Kirk's.
healthy?
I got Alexander Madison.
All right.
It's 1 for 1.
Defense?
Potato, patata.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I kind of line up with what Aaron Rodgers said on Twitter today in an interview. Like, everyone always, it's Packers is the easy bet, the safe bet. You're not going to shock the world saying the Packers are going to win the division. Uh, so, people throw out the Vikings. Uh, Michael Irvin said that Kirk Cousins is his favorite for MVP. I thought was bold, but if they're going to the NFC Championship, it's not a bold case. But
It's bold.
I got to go Packers. Coming from a Jags fan, I hope the Lions do better than the Bears because I hate the Bears. And I think Goff could be the man this season. Might play into an extension if you don't land where you want to in the draft, honestly. But following that, NFC East. Most people
I
think it's a
think
two-man race. Ryan?
I think. All right, go ahead now.
That's the Cowboys. The boys, right?
That's the boys.
I don't
Well,
believe in the Eagles' hype, first of all.
I know.
It's a two-man race, but it's not close. Cowboys, Eagles, and then we just get to the dumpsters. I got to go with the Redskins / football team / Commanders with the G men bringing up the rear.
All right. Cole?
I mean, similar but different. Eagles. I mean they might sniff 12.
Does
They might
Jalen
sniff.
Hurts have it? Is that who you're believing in there?
Yeah, they're believing in him. They went and picked up AJ Brown. I think. I mean the running game last year was incredible, and they just improved their pass game. So, um, I think they get 11-12. Cowboys right behind.
Sorry,
Nice.
boys.
Hey, it happens.
Um, I think the Cowboys can make the playoffs. So 10, 11, just right behind the Eagles. And then, no, it's right, dumpsters. But flip-flopped them again. The G-Men in third.
Oh yeah,
And
big
then
Danny Dimes
Commanders
guy.
in fourth. Yeah, huge.
I think he's still got it in him. I do. Wandale could be nice.
The only thing I think of whenever I hear his name is whenever he fell after like an 80-yard rush.
Hey, I'd probably fall down after an 80-yard rush.
I wouldn't make it 80 yards.
Hey, so
Right.
can we
It's
really
just
be
that
mad
ball
at the
at
guy?
40.
So
Yeah, that's why he's gonna get third.
the bet I see floating out and about is Eagles Cowboys 1-2 finish, either order.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm pretty sure I saw that in DraftKings for plus 150.
Are you on
and
it?
I'm gonna get on it. I just deposited it today.
Nar?
I just
I'll definitely hop on that if that's a promo.
No,
That's
no,
stealing
it's,
money.
It's just a bet.
That's the sports book. That's the Vegas
That's
odds.
just the bet. They're the one
Yeah.
too.
That's free money. Thanks, Vegas.
You're not scared.
But at the same time,
just gotta scare you a little
that makes
bit.
me think the Eagles are truly frauds,
I'm
and it's going to be the Commanders, number 2.
I don't think Wentz has it.
I don't think Jalen has it.
I think he was the reason the Colts didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz gets
lost to the
2
Jags,
revenge games this
maybe.
year. You think the Eagles win one of them? 2 revenge games. They better hope it's not 72 degrees.
I don't know if he has it. NFC South next.
I just told somebody
Maybe a little
today
bit tighter.
worst division in football. Wait,
Coming from an AFC North
no.
fan.
My bad. I thought you said AFC.
NFC South, Bucks Saints.
NFC South, yeah. Bucks. Yeah, I mean you said it. Bucks, Saints, Carolina, and then the Falcons, who might be the worst team in the league.
Bryce Young bound day.
Bucks. I mean, I thought we're might win the league or might win the Super Bowl, and now a bunch of stuff coming out about Tom Brady. I don't know what happened, but there's a lot of stuff happening.
I think he's got the benefit of the doubt now to where
What do you think happened?
I don't know. It's the same story every time. Same story, different story. They think something's happening, and then he gets back, and it's his supermodel wife is mad at him. You can speculate that, but Tom Brady's response.
It's not a speculation.
It's every year though. Like, you really think she's complaining that he's gonna go play quarterback again?
A lot
Maybe.
happened though.
In which case, boo-hoo, your wife really loves you and wants you safe, right? I think it's he's Tom Brady. He doesn't have to go to the first 2 weeks of training camp. He's 45 years old. Let him go home and rest and spend 2 weeks with his family. I don't know.
I think Brady's got something mentally wrong with him. Leaves every week.
Now,
long ass season when he just got a supermodel wife, he could just be banging at home. He should be doing that daily. He should be taking breaks. He's probably too tired when he comes home from practice.
He loves football more than that, though.
He might be asexual.
Yeah,
it's a cover. It's a cover.
If he's focused. He's on football though. Like turning down home life with a supermodel wife to go play football again. Like, gotta have faith in that. I don't know. How
or was it?
Do you have it different Do you have it different, Nar?
Oh yeah. Well, not very much different. I think Jameis, comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Chris Olave, rookie of the year. Best passing offense in the league. Best defense in the league. I got Saints, Bucks, Panthers, and the shitty Falcons. The only reason I like them is because of Jared Bernhardt. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Hooroo.
Dogs.
Yeah. So is it too much to overcome for Baker on the Panthers, or is Baker just mid?
Yeah.
He's an 8 and 9 quarterback this year.
Because of the team, like, can the Panthers do more to put around him, or is he not going to reach Bucks Saints?
He could use a tight end. He's a tight end quarterback. That's what they need, and a solid choice at wide receiver too. I think Robbie's too skinny. I think they need a big guy to go up and catch the 50-50s.
It's fair. I could see it. I could see him. I like the Saints. I like Jameis. I think he's going to pop. I think people forget that he was actually pretty solid before he went down the injury. Bad system in Tampa Bay, not on him or the coach. It was just a deep pass offense. So he had to throw deep passes. He got 30 tubs, you know.
And 30 picks, but
if you're
he
gonna play
needed
a high
LASIK.
risk, high reward offense and invest in the D, that's what the Bucks do. But Jameson didn't make bad throws. He was just.
Well.
So, I mean, what? You know,
Well,
watch some of them that year. But like,
Yeah, he owed over 5,000 yards.
Exactly. Like, if it's a high risk, high reward offense, so stack the D if you're gonna do it. Don't blame it on Jameis. I think he's in a much more safe conference now, or coaching situation. So
I think Carolina, week 1. I think
Hammer.
Baker comes back and easily covers against the Browns, right?
That's the first time I'll agree with you all day, Train.
yeah, because
I know that's what we need.
Brissett's day 1 starter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, day 1 and week 11 starter. Sorry, week 10 starter.
So then, big dogs in the West, NFC. I was shocked with your standings in this one, Trent.
Take us away, Choo Choo.
The NFC West.
NFC West. I was shocked with your standings.
Could really go a number of ways. Both, I have at least, or I mean, 2 ways this could go. You could go Seattle in last for sure. 49ers in third. I'm almost for sure about it. Cardinals in third or in second. And then the Rams taking it, or the Cardinals in first, winning that division with the Rams in second.
You had Rams go, or you had you don't have these listed in order. You have Cardinals having 8 to 9. Oh yeah, less wins than the Niners on what you sent me.
Yeah, I was kind of low on Kyler Murray, and then I've been seeing those Hard Knocks previews, and
Hard Knocks hype.
Yeah, it got me. So that they could win the NFC West. I think it's definitely doable. I don't think I would hammer them week 1 against the Chiefs. I'd stay away, even though I think it's home. I'd stay away.
Nar?
It is home. 425.
Standings?
All right, NFC West. I think the Rams win 13 games. They didn't get worse anywhere. They found a way to win in this league without the draft. And I think they're changing the game. They followed the NBA. Like, let's just get rid of all our money, all of our picks, make a super team now, win now. And that's what they're going to do. Again, following, I got Baby Yoda, Kyler Murray, number 2. And I'll follow down the list with 49ers and Seahawks. Just not good quarterback situations, at least not for this year.
Not a big Trey Lance guy, or you think Jimmy G's got the reins?
I think they invested a lot of trust into Trey Lance. And if they trusted him last year, they would have rode with him, and they didn't. And I think that's going to happen again this year within the first 6 weeks.
My only hesitation with the Cardinals this year is I fully buy into the Kyler Murray Call of Duty conspiracy.
How can you not?
And it's MW2 remake dropping this year. Come on.
Yeah, those were his elite years, probably.
Fantasy
it happens to all of us.
I know, but
we're all going to fall in that rabbit hole.
He's not missing a double XP weekend. Fuck the quarterback book. I'm trying to prestige. I get it. I get it. I'm not. If that's the case, that's fine. I think it's bullshit to put that in a contract. You sign him for his skills, not his ability to study playbooks.
I think they redacted that.
They did. They had
to.
Once you get called out on it.
But the fact it's not that they redacted it; it's that they did it in the first place.
Yeah, it's like you.
Because that shows what they really think.
You work your job perfectly fine for a year, and then you go to re-up your contract, and they're like, "Yeah, but also, make sure you're doing 12 hours of case study in your free time." You're like, no, fuck that. If you can play good
I
quarterback
got
and play Call of Duty at the same time, fuck them. Take your money.
I got a big time play. Maybe we throw this in the calendar. Weekend COD releases. Fade the Cardinals big time.
Yeah.
Money
Opening
line
weekend.
spread, whatever you want on the other team.
All the Kyler Murray unders.
Yep,
Yeah.
everything. Trade him if he's on your fantasy team. Get rid of him. I'm telling you now. Saving you
You got to
now.
figure out if it's like he gets it early. He might like.
For sure. You got to figure out
pre-order.
pre-order bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to figure that. Yeah, Nar.
AFC.
Question for you, Nar. Is Cooper Cup the best this year? Is he scoring a touchdown tonight? Him, Jay Jettas.
I don't think he's the best. I think he'll have good stats, but he's definitely not the best wide receiver.
Who's the best wide receiver?
Oh, in the league?
Jamar Jay Jettas.
Jamar.
The whole league, huh? Okay.
What about A-Rob? You think A-Rob is reborn in LA this year?
I do. I believe in that.
His quarterback history looks rough, and now he's got Stafford, who seems to be fine, but I'm reading a lot more people are worried about this shoulder injury, surgery.
And it's his elbow, his back. It's always the same stuff. It's always the same stuff. And he won a Super Bowl, and they've been saying the same thing.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, he took so much of a beating at Detroit. So,
yeah,
it's gonna linger.
Speaking of injured quarterbacks, let's go over to the division that no longer has Mr. Ice.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Big Ben.
AFC North. Big Ben's a couple years removed now. How's that?
Very injured still.
Out?
Couple years removed.
Still icing everything.
Oh yeah.
What's the
especially
move?
his right arm?
What's the move in the AFC North?
Let Nargo.
Yeah, Mr. Steeler over there.
I would be remiss, and I will regret this for my entire life if I don't call it right now, and it happens. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Yinzers, everybody forgets about TJ, Mika, Cam Hayward. Highest paid defense in the league, and you don't think they're going to perform?
I got a question for
like,
you.
what are we talking about?
You just named all those defensive players, but you roll up in the fantasy draft. Everyone's picking defenses, and the Steelers fall to you at your pick. Why'd you skip over them? Because I skipped over them after that. I'm like, he doesn't want the Steelers D? Why would I want?
Because the way I use defenses in fantasy, I don't care if you're the best team in the league. I want that week one easy matchup, and that's why I took the Commanders. I drop the defense every week.
You scared the Steelers D down the board.
Well, maybe they're still there, and I'll snag them in the week one waiver wire. Shit.
So
there goes that plan.
Steelers, then
what? Ravens. I think the Bengals are on a high right now, and they're not going to be able to ride it for too long. And Joe Burrow doesn't have an appendix anymore. And we see how athletic our friend JV is, and I'm scared it's going to happen to Joey B. So, and then the Browns, the toilet organization, 2 wins max.
I hope
that was his spleen.
JV's got no spleen.
Well,
Joe Burrow's got no appendix. One's a little bit more of a vital organ. One of them a lot of people don't have.
I'm sticking with it.
All right.
Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, Browns. Browns.
Ravens. I'm huge on them this year. I think I don't know what they're at, but I think they're a Super Bowl contender. In a tough AFC, maybe they don't get there, but if they do, I definitely think they have the talent. I think it's just the year for them. I think they're gonna go get 13 wins. Bengals following behind at 10. And of course, the Steelers will hit the over, for 500. They'll get 9. Uh, and the Browns, I have their under, this year. I think I have it at under 8.5, and I think that's a lock. Um, go put money in your account. If you don't have money in your account, go put it in there. Uh, put 2 or 3 units on it.
Be careful with gambling.
Yeah.
Responsibly.
Gamble responsibly, but we're not saying
Wow.
do it, but we're
Diggs
not
already
saying
2
don't do
catches.
it. Yeah, I'm big on Lamar still. I'm a little interested with how his contract deadline negotiation goes. But I do think Mitch Trubisky has it. I think the Bears gave up a lot to get nothing. So you got to wonder, is it the coaching problems in Chicago? A lot of people are saying so. What better place than a nice, safe offense, secure defense for a guy to settle down and find his potential than Pittsburgh? Maybe they don't need to take quarterback in the draft. I think Trubisky might be better than Pickett. I saw he got slotted 3rd on the depth chart today, behind Mason Rudolph.
That was wrong. They fixed it.
Okay.
They fixed it.
That was the one they
It
fixed.
came out wrong. It was a typo. Yeah.
All right. I think Trubisky's got it, in which case maybe you've got a guy who you can trade for assets later. They did use a 1st-rounder on Kenny Pickett, so we'll see. I don't know if that shows faith in Trubisky, but if he's worth it, he's worth it. I think Trubisky's low-cost, high-payoff guy this year.
You think Trubisky is mad that they took Pickett in the 1st round? Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't. I think to be mad at that, like I think Aaron Rodgers had a fair gripe, especially not being talked to about it. Brady was uncomfortable when this. Oh, should we just roll with Garoppolo talk started? It's more of a like you control the franchise type of thing, not like they don't believe in me. It's his 1st year in Pittsburgh, but if you're a franchise quarterback for 8 seasons and you're just getting old but not really showing signs of it, Rodgers, Stafford, and Brady, a couple others too. I mean, Matt Ryan even. They didn't draft behind him for a while at the Falcons. You establish your position as the franchise quarterback 1. And I think
Gabe Davis touchdown.
Gabe Davis. Oh, my God.
Breakout year. That's what everyone was saying. All right, Gabe Davis
That was the
touchdown.
first catch.
That'll take us into the AFC East, coincidentally enough. Bills Mafia.
Well, Bills Mafia, yeah.
Trent?
Super Bowl winner, Super Bowl favorites this year. I think a lot of people have them winning the Super Bowl. Again, I like them, obviously. How can you not? Look at that easy touchdown against a tough Rams defense. I mean, they just marched down. So easy. Bills have to get through the AFC, though. Tough. Way tougher conference.
Who's behind
I
them
think,
in their division?
yeah.
Dolphins
Miami.
or Patriots? Dolphins.
Miami. Yeah. I think they get 9 or 10 wins, and the Patriots get maybe 6. And the Jets 5.
Nar?
Do what he said and square it. I agree with everything you just said. I think the Patriots will get 8. 6 is way too low for Belichick. Other than that, 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, Bills Mafia. Josh Allen. I think you've got a crop of quarterbacks that'll just slowly form into like that Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning. I guess you can say Tom Brady era. He went across a bunch of them. But,
Yeah.
everyone's got like 2-3
He went
quarterbacks
from
per era. And I think we've got that small crop going. Not saying that this is it, like no one else is going to break out, but like right now you got Josh Allen, Mahomes are the proven like young guys coming up. They're going to be part of the era. I think Josh Allen is part of that. I don't think Tua is. And I think
now a 2 and on.
I don't know. I love rookie hype coming out of camps, but it just seems with a lot of these guys who had the potential, it's the same story every year. Like, oh, we're really liking what we're seeing. He's doing things he hasn't done before. then it's like, of course Tyreek's not going to come in with his new quarterback who makes him his money by throwing him the football and be like, "Nah, man, I miss Mahomes." No, it's just it's upset, and they get extreme. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know where it all came from. I don't know where all the Tua hype came from, other than Tyreek and a couple guys being like, "Oh yeah,
He didn't
Tua."
do too bad.
Even an
last
interview
year.
with Mike McDonald, he didn't sound really convinced. He just said, "My job is to make sure he has the best season with me as his coach." So yeah, maybe it's a better coaching situation and he plays a little bit better. I don't think he's got it. I think he's a similar quarterback to Tim Tebow.
Wow.
I mean, I think Tebow's a playoff hero too. I thought he was a good quarterback, but he's a semi-mobile lefty with mediocre quarterback tools. I don't know.
Oh, those statements were true. So, all right, I agree with that. He's Tim Tebow 2.0.
Now to the conference
Now the
division.
worst division in the
No,
league,
no,
huh?
no. Well, it's a
I don't
tough
even want to
division.
talk about this one.
AFC South for the taking.
Okay.
There's been a couple stray Jaguars predictions out there to win
All
the
right.
division.
I'll go first.
Deal, because I want to say something about that.
Guess one or two. Train.
One or two, what?
Just say it.
Two.
Either way. Jags finished second.
What determined
It's a
that?
crapshoot. It's a crap.
Oh,
You did.
okay. Okay, fair.
You said two. All right. One or three. Train.
3.
Titans third. I got to put the Colts at 1. And who's the other? Oh yeah, Mills Mafia, Davis Mills, and Texans. They need another year to recover from all the awful media they've been a part of, and they'll finish fourth.
You think Mills is it?
I like him. I think he's a guy. I think him and Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
I think he's better than people give him credit for.
I think my biggest thing with the Jags is I don't think people understand just how bad that locker room was last season. Like, I understand these guys are professionals and getting paid a lot of money, but when when you've been doing that for a while and you kind of have that status of like, been a pro D tackle for 6 years or a pro kicker for 6, 7, 8 years, and your coach comes in and treats you like your college kids or even high schoolers sometimes, and you get a sense of disrespect from your coach. I don't even know how you play in those conditions. It was one step to not like him, but it starts with the loss against the Browns, and he doesn't fly back with the team. I think that you guys
finger up the butt.
Yeah, it's. I just think you almost have you can't throw the season out. It happened. You can't say Trevor Lawrence is a rookie this year. But I mean, I think it sent people's growth backwards. Like, I think Trevor Lawrence might have been hindered a bit. I still think he's going to be a Pro Bowler. I think they're going to win the division. I think he's a great quarterback.
This year?
Oh yeah, he'll be a Pro Bowler. That year was so tainted. There hasn't been a quarterback prospect out of the draft like Trevor Lawrence since Andrew Luck. I just don't think people fully understand who don't follow the Jags just how bad that Urban Meyer situation was there.
God.
Like, it was just brutal, demoralizing. How do you play football for that? And I think Doug Marone's great coach, last Philadelphia coach to win a Super Bowl and get fired. Andy Reid, shout out, pretty good coach for the Chiefs right now. Thought it was a good hire. Not sold on the GM, but I think the division's theirs to lose. I think the Titans get second. Henry's going to stay healthy all year. And behind them, probably the Colts. I think Matt Ryan's good. I think he's better than Carson Wentz. Certainly an upgrade.
At this age?
Yeah, I mean, he's just a solid quarterback, and when you've got a strong run game, you need a guy who doesn't make mistakes and makes good throws.
I agree with that part. Yes.
So you hand the ball off, and then when you need 6 yards on third down, you can get Matt Ryan to put it in a tight spot really quick. Maybe not the hardest thrown pass. Maybe he lost some distance on his throws. But you don't need him to throw deep. You don't really even have deep threats. You've got Pittman. Just bring him across the middle and let let Matt Ryan get him the ball.
Matty Ice.
Tough putting him third, but I still think Derrick Henry's that good. Again, I think people forget about things really quick because it's shoved in your face every day. Derrick Henry was still doing legendary before he got injured. I think he's going to be just as good again. Sure, he's taken a lot of beatings, but I think Tannehill can still do it too. Wes.
I don't mind that take.
Think I, it's pretty much a toss up. I think between the Colts and Titans. I think they might both end up with like the same amount of wins, 9 or 10. And then it comes down to like division rankings, really, between them. And
no faith in the Jags then.
No, I don't have any faith in the Jags. However, I don't know if this is crazy, but I think taking the Houston Texans to win the division in like sports betting is a lot. There's a lot of value. I might put like half a unit
in a
on
random
it.
division.
Yeah, like I think they have a lot going for them. A lot of people are hyped on obviously Mills Mafia, Brandon Cooks, Damian Pierce, comp drafting him in the 4th round, 5th round, whatever.
6th. He'll be
Nico
upset.
Collins.
6th.
I mean,
Nico.
There's a lot. There's a lot there, and I think for the value, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but think about it. I think Colts, Titans, switch them, whatever. Texans, Jags.
Lads.
Jags with like 6 wins. Jags with like 6 wins.
Here's a tough one for you. Jags or Lions? Who has more wins?
Jags.
Lions.
No, you don't. I don't
Crane,
think...
I thought you said that. I thought you said the Lions are getting 6.
I said they're hitting over 6.5.
But they're getting. You said 7 and 10. Okay.
So
official prediction from Train is Lions have 1 win more than the Jacksonville Jaguars.
No.
I really think people are gonna remember who Trevor Lawrence is this season. I think Christian Kirk's gonna pop. I think Etienne's gonna be insane. And you can.
I'll remember him from last year.
A 2-person running back room like James Robinson gonna be good. Marvin Jones played solid. Trevor Lawrence was plagued with drops last year, demoralized. I think they go 10-7. I think that's enough to win the division.
I think that's enough to win a division too. I don't know if they're getting 10.
We have it here. If they do it, you said it.
AFC West. Let's go talk to the easy one. Chiefs, right?
The easy one, yeah. This might be the hardest division in football.
Well, yeah, Chiefs win it easy, right?
Easy?
I'm on that train. I don't
disagree. I don't disagree that it's the Chiefs per se, but it's not easy.
Why?
The Chargers
didn't make the playoffs.
The Raiders?
Hardly made the playoffs.
They made it.
Because they beat the Chargers.
Russ?
I don't mind that.
I think it's a wild card fight behind the Chiefs. I think those are 3 playoff teams, but I don't think any of them beat the Chiefs.
3 playoff teams.
Yeah, I think the 2 teams, I think 4th place in that division could win the AFC South.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far. Yeah. It'd be an easy
pick. The Chiefs still walk through the division.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's your take, yeah.
Who's a better quarterback to you, Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes? Pure quarterback, right now.
Right.
This upcoming season, who do you want under center between those 2?
You can't say no to the back-to-back MVP.
I want Mahomes.
Okay, so it's at least split.
Because I hate Mahomes.
Aaron Rodgers succeeds every year with a bunch of nobodies on his offense. You know, Mahomes lost Tyreek, and now we're questioning the Chiefs. Still got Travis Kelce. They went out and got Juju. They still have Cole, who I'm not convinced is going to break out, but he can. I,
He's had every opportunity to do so, and he hasn't done it.
I just don't think anyone's going to stop the Chiefs. I think they're going to be a dynasty for a bit. I think Mahomes is just that good.
I would agree.
So
Yeah.
bad.
So, and then, I mean, like you said, I do think it's a toss-up after that. I mean, you've got Chargers, Raiders, Broncos listed. That's probably fair. I think Herbert's the better quarterback. I'd probably go Raiders second, though. I like their weapons a little bit more. I'm not sold on Josh Jacobs. I don't think the AFC is ready for Devontae Adams, though. I think, and then that just creates separation
Zach,
from
Aaron
Renfro.
Donald.
You add weapons, it opens up weapons you already have. So, I mean, I think you can have another good season from Renfro. I think Devontae is going to be huge. I think Derek Carr's a good quarterback, and I just don't think the Chargers have quite enough. J.C. Jackson might miss a couple games. So,
how about this? I think Derek Carr is the Kirk Cousins of the AFC.
That's a great way to put it, I think. And that's why
he can go win. He can win a Super Bowl. Like, if you have him on your team, you can win one, but he's not bringing you there. Yeah. But he can win one if he gets there.
For sure. And I think they got him weapons to do enough this year. And I think the Chargers are going to – I think it's going to be tight, but I think they'll probably split with the Raiders, if not lose both. I don't know if I'm riding with Broncos country yet. I don't know
Broncos country.
Let's
ride.
I don't know what their O-line looks like, to be fair. I'm not set on their wideouts. Solid tight end play. I think he could have a good season, but Russ doesn't like to go to tight ends. And I'm not sold on Javonte Williams either. I think he'll be mediocre this year. He'll be a solid running back. And their defense is nothing special. So, I don't know.
Javonte Williams is a good running back. I just think he splits with Melvin Gordon, who's also a pretty decent running back. And I just think they like to run two running backs. And he just gets drafted a little too high, I think, in fantasy football. I don't want to be wrong on that, but that's what I think right now. I don't want to get beat by Javonte Williams like 6 times this year. and then be wrong about it, but I didn't draft him because I think he's just not going to see as much time as a lot of other starting running backs.
That's fair.
It's a good take.
Yeah. Who does that put at the Super Bowl favorite for you guys then?
From the NFC for me, Bucks, I'd say. I know Hammy's got the Eagles. There's a shot. I mean, is it too soon? Probably, but Dawson Knox. Let's go. That's at least 1.4 points.
I thought his knee was gone. That scared me so much.
Still there. From the AFC, I think I said a couple. Ravens or the Bills. I think it's going to be very chalk. It could be Bills, Bucks, Super Bowl. But I mean, most years, I mean, actually, last year wasn't very chalk with the Bengals and the Rams, but I feel like Brady always makes it. And whatever's going on right now, I think he'll probably bounce back and surprise a lot of people as he usually does.
Nar?
Trying to think if I really want to do this. It's not even what you guys are thinking about.
Steelers.
No. I might make the most outrageous NFC championship game possible. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I already mentioned the Vikings. Give me the Saints. NFC championship game. With Captain Kirk finally getting there just to get his throat ripped out. by Mahomes
Oh,
and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kirk would he would get wrecked by.
He would take a shit as he's running out of the field for the Super Bowl. He'd crumble.
I think I've got.
Oh,
Whoa! What a
Josh
pick!
Allen. Josh Allen just got picked.
I think I've got
That's
Bills.
so-
I think I've got Bills Rams.
Oh,
In the Super
first
Bowl.
game of the
Wow.
year and last game of the year.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go take a piss.
I really think I've got Bills Rams. I don't know how the Rams got worse,
They didn't.
and then they added Allen Robinson.
They lost Von Miller and OBJ, but they filled one of those spots with
Allen Robinson.
A-Rob.
Yeah.
And
Aaron Donald's still out there swinging helmets on the practice fields. I think he could still play. I think he's still got that dog in him. I think the Rams go to the bowl. I think Josh Allen breakout years. Well, it's tough to say, but I think if you were doubting that Josh Allen's a good quarterback, you're going to know now by the end of this season. Defense stepped up. Stephon Diggs still solid. Dawson Knox, good tight end. James Cook, I know they're really high on.
do you think they get the running game going this year though? That's been the problem for the Bills. If they would have had a running game last year,
no,
they probably would have stopped the Chiefs if they were able to control the ground game in a time.
I don't think they're going to get the running game figured out, but I think they're going to get good receiving back play out of James Cook and manageable enough on the ground. I think the Rams win the Super Bowl. So
Back to back.
yeah, I think it's
First time since 03-04, I think.
I think it's going to be back-to-back Rams, and then I think it's going to be downhill Rams. Like I think it gets to the point where they can't figure the cap out anymore. They got to do trade. But I think they're going to go back-to-back, and I think it's going to be against the Bills.
They're definitely going to fall off the cliff very soon because it's impossible what they're doing, money wise. It doesn't add up in the future.
Yeah, I agree. So
As you guys know, and how they say in the finance world, they're probably going to have a good Q1, Q2, but in a couple of years, in Q3, Q4, it's not going to be good times to be an LA guy.
So what about MVP?
Ooh.
Who's your favorite, Trent?
Oh, that's obviously pretty tough every year. I think Lamar, maybe. I said I was huge on the Ravens this year, and I think it's gonna be a quarterback. Maybe the Derek Carr odds aren't the worst. I know he's got Devontae now, and it's not gonna hurt him. It's gonna help him. So I like Lamar as a probably favorite, but I think Derek Carr is not a bad choice if you're trying to get your value.
No.
Well, I'm going to ride with Broncos country.
Wow.
Russ,
Whoa, let's
Cortland
go.
Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy. Quality wide receivers, underrated wide receivers. Haven't had the chance to make splash plays with Drew Cock throwing the ball. I think they finally got their guy. I think Russ is going to prove a lot of people wrong. He's going to do his fake huddles pregame. Camera crew's going to be on him, and he's going to go crazy this year.
All right. I think it's going to be... Man, I have no idea. It is tough. It's got to be a quarterback. I think maybe TB12 goes crazy in his final season and then calls it quits after this.
And then it comes back.
And then he comes back a little bit later than he did.
2 weeks later, after he got out of his fight with Giselle, and he finally won.
Hey, I won this one. I'm coming back, boys.
He's like, babe, we're the only reason we're ever in the national news and spotlight. I got to keep playing football. Giselle's like, damn.
Well, you don't watch
You're fucking right.
modeling news.
That's true. I'm not on that Twitter or TikTok.
You're not in the fashion world, so it's like you're not going to see Giselle.
Wearing the same shirt I was wearing at 6 a.m.
What about rookies? Offensive rookie of the year.
This is the easiest pick in the world.
Go for it, Nar.
Chris Olave.
Stated earlier, that is correct. I forgot. What about
That's the easiest pick in the world.
The NFC.
For a what?
NFC,
Chris Olave is in the NFC.
AFC.
He's a Saint. Oh, so conference offensive rookie of the year?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we'll see how we like.
I think Pickens is good. I think the hype's real. Just whether or not the quarterback
just
plays good enough.
You guys
To get time?
You got Antonio Brown 2.0, dude.
The Steelers breed.
The
Cheaper
guy's
ones.
already insane.
They breed them.
I love that
Every
picture of him
draft pick.
sitting in front of the TV.
It's going to be a meme every Sunday when he rips off a 60-yarder.
Probably, yeah.
And I'm going to smash the like button and put it on my story.
Trent, who you got?
Jahan Dotson. Out of the NFC, I think Gary Terry is overhyped. Well, he's great. He's great. He's really good. I just think he'll find himself covered by two people every play.
It's going to be It's going to be the same situation that Juju had his rookie year, where AB had everybody, and Juju was just wide open and easy one-on-one nickel quarterback situations.
And Carson Wentz is going to rely on that, I think, a lot, with the extremely weird situation in the backfield, with Antonio Gibson falling off a cliff, apparently, one of them getting shot, and the other one just. I don't know why they don't get McKissick out there more. I think he's good, and I think they just want to give Gibson the ball because he's younger. McKissick should start for the Commanders, at least until Brian Robinson comes back from that whole thing. What team does Sam Howell play for?
Sam Howell plays for the
Bolts?
I thought it was the
No,
Commanders.
that's Ellinger. No, that's yeah. I think that's the Commanders. And then no, what team is it? Matt Corral on?
Atlanta.
No, that's
Commanders.
Desmond.
No,
that's Desmond Ritter.
Well, we're in a blender.
I'm pretty
here.
sure Sam Howell's on the Commanders.
What was the question? No, he's a Panther. I think he's a Panther.
Which one?
Howell.
Who's the backup quarterback to Matt Ryan?
Well, it was
Sam
Sam
Ellinger.
But he's injured right now. They just called someone up or signed somebody.
What happened to him?
I don't remember.
If he didn't get injured and he had the starting spot, offensive rookie of the year from the AFC.
Sam Ellinger's not a rookie.
I'm in a blender.
Sam Ellinger's
Jahan Dotson, final answer.
I think it's also going to be Olave out of the NFC.
Let's go.
I think he's a deep ball receiver with a deep ball quarterback. I love everything there is to love about Jameis. He's fun. Media loves him. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he'll be great this year. I think Olave will be a little bit hidden behind Michael Thomas. You know, you got to cover the slant. Boom, Olave goes deep. I think it's
and Jarvis Landry.
I do think.
Juice.
Let's see, the AFC. I don't even know who's a rookie in the AFC.
So I was trying to think of just off the wall guys.
Breece Hall, maybe.
There you go.
For the Jets.
Yep.
I could see him doing solid just on reps alone. Defense, got to go with Trayvon Walker because I have to.
Oh wow!
But he's been great in the preseason.
Wow, turnovers.
And I think Aiden might be able to win it in the NFC too. I think the 1-2 edge rushers could win it. I don't know if that's ever happened before. I'm sure there's going to be a cornerback who gets a handful of picks this year who will pop off, but
yeah,
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember what division he was in. But you also
he's in the AFC.
What about Derek Stingley?
Oh, it's definitely a fumble. What about Rodrigo?
Blankenship?
you're buying into Hard Knocks.
I know, no, I know. It's
Like
it's definitely gonna be Aiden Hutchinson.
that's
I
great that
think
he'll
he's just
be
gonna
like
break
maybe he'll
records this year.
start, but he's not going to win defensive. Rookie of the
Yeah,
Year.
I had to say it.
That's
I don't even. Have you guys even watched Hard Knocks?
I've watched.
Not a
I didn't
second.
watch the final one. That was my
Actually,
problem.
that's false. I do watch the Instagram clips, but that's it.
Well, that's definitely not
And
all you need. You need
and
everything.
I think all I've seen is Dan Campbell crying and Aiden Hutchinson singing the song, which got me rowdy. I was fired up
He
after
did
that.
sing
That
it
was
well.
all of Hard Knocks.
You pretty
Yeah.
much get
That
the
made-
good clips make it to Twitter.
So if you didn't see Hard Knocks, I just summarized the whole thing for you. You
Yeah.
didn't miss anything else.
Men.
And men, you got to remember men.
So
Man.
that brings us to our betting favorites for Sunday.
Yeah. Are we talking spread?
What? Give me your best spread.
Yeah. I very consistent here. On the first pod here. Ravens -7 against the old Joe Flacco.
Even with the Joe Flacco revenge game.
Even with the Joe Flacco revenge game, I'd like to tease them with another. We'll get into that a little further, but I like that a lot.
You can go into it. Continue.
Here, let me bring it up. What do you like, Nar?
Mine, I think the fact the Saints are only getting 5.5. They're a week one team. Every week one, they obliterate people. Bringing back last year, I think they beat the Packers like 38-3.
Yeah,
I could see that same score Sunday against the Falcons in Atlanta, 5.5.
I like that. 5.5 only against Atlanta.
Yep. Probably the worst team in the league and probably the most underrated team in the league in my eyes.
I'm gonna stick on schedule.
Jags.
I'm gonna take the Jags +2. I really don't like Carson Wentz. I think his good years are past him if he had any. The defense is solid, but the Jags beefed up their O-line. And again, it's a whole new situation. I understand we can't erase the past, but in my eyes, this is Trevor Lawrence's rookie season.
Maybe week one does erase the pass, Bach.
Forget it. Yeah,
that's what you need.
This is when we'll see. This is when you should start your judgment on Trevor Lawrence. I can't ask you to remove last season.
Week one,
but this is
Week one we can judge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they win. I'd take the money line typically, but they're giving you the points just in case some fuckery happens. It does against the Jags sometimes, but yeah, that'd be my money line. Early game too, so.
Your money line?
Yeah. No, Jags spread. I'll be on the money line though, but take the points.
Do not take +2. You always take money line when it's that low.
Yeah, but we were doing money lines, so I'll be on. Okay. We were doing spreads. I'll be on the money
line. I think teasing, honestly, all of ours. We get the Saints down to +1.5. We get
free money.
We get the Ravens -1 against the Jets, and we get
free money.
The Jags +8.5 against a worse Commanders team.
What's the odds on that?
Let's do it.
Let's get those odds going. Let's get those numbers going.
I'm a numbers guy. Feed me the numbers.
I've never placed a teaser, so I don't know what those odds normally shake out to.
It's probably like +180,
+160. +160.
We're getting plus odds on that?
Plus odds on that.
Wow. Yeah, I love it. I think the Jags are going to come out firing.
I think so.
They've got a running back room that people forgot.
Doug wants it.
James Robinson was RB1 in fantasy football his rookie season.
True. And then they got another rookie for some reason.
And then he got injured because of a hefty workload. And then Etienne was out all year. Now you got two guys you can swap time. Etienne opens up the passing game. I think that's a great teaser.
I just placed it.
How many units?
Stafford just threw
1
another
unit.
pick
It
like
was-
5 minutes ago.
That's tough.
The
Any-
over's not looking great here.
Anytime touchdown score.
Gabe Davis looks like that guy. Right.
Let's get to it. Man. You
I'll
got
go.
anything, Bart?
See
Alright.
it.
Get it now.
He's my rookie of the year, and he's starting week 1. Chris Olave.
Old. Just kidding.
I'm going with the guy you don't seem to believe in, Jalen Hurts. He's going to run one in against the Lions.
Now, I believe him to run a football in the end zone, but he's not doing it to bring his team to the playoffs
Oh, yeah. Well, it just
or to a double-digit win season. I think he's a great fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, he's bringing
But
his
he's
fans.
got,
Jalen Hurts
he's
anytime touchdown score.
he's god-awful to watch.
I would love Aaron Jones. Touchdown. Especially early in the year. I think Aaron Rodgers is you're just going to look at him a lot. He's going to throw him the ball.
Going to throw to who?
He's going to give Aaron Jones. I think he's give it to him.
Does it
eventually-
concern you that the head coach said him and A.J. Dillon are running backs 1A and 1A in his mind?
No. I think he's good. I think they're both good. But I think what has Aaron Jones done to make he would have to get injured. He would have to get injured for him to not be running back 1A, a little capital A.
I just remember
AJ Dillon.
him running down
Oh.
the sideline and seemingly slowing down when he could have easily scored a touchdown in the playoffs. And that's what kind of worries
That's
me.
fine by me. That's fine by me. If it's the Packers, he could slow down all I want. I just think he's scoring a touchdown.
Can't complain. I mean, that's all we got on the agenda for today. I did have baseball on the list, but there's not much going on. It's a playoff push. Wild card's pretty null and boring. Go Braves. Forever and
Braves.
always.
Go Tigers.
Well, Tigers are just about out of it. Well,
I hope they
they're
lose every
definitely-
game.
Yeah. It's Torkelson, Kreidler, and Kerry Carpenter all hit bombs last night. That's fun.
Rookies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the youth. So it's good to see that. But we're starting from step one again next season. New GM, maybe new manager, probably a whole new team, minus Miguel Cabrera, who I've been watching since I was 10. So that's all we got today on the Jux Pod. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Until then, go Dogs.
Dogs, fist it.
Mr.